substitute teacher said she didn't need my help. Then she almost killed a kid. I'm what teachers call a helper. You know that kid in every class who knows where everything is, who remembers the schedule? That's me. My regular teacher had a note at the top of her sub-plans that said, Rosalinda is your go-to student for any questions. I'd helped substitutes dozens of times before. It was never a big deal. Then our most recent substitute teacher strutted in. The second the bell rang, I walked up to her desk like I always did. Hi, I'm Rosalinda. Our teacher probably mentioned in her notes that if you need help with anything, I can show you where stuff is or explain the schedule. She looked at me like I'd just offered to perform brain surgery. Excuse me? She said. I have been teaching for 23 years. I do not need a child telling me how to run a classroom. I felt my face get hot. Oh, I just meant go sit down, she snapped. I'm perfectly capable of managing a group of 11-year-olds. The whole class went silent. Nobody had ever talked to me like that, especially not a teacher. My best friend whispered, what's her problem? I just shrugged, but inside I'm thinking, okay, if she doesn't want help, she won't get help. I wasn't trying to be petty or anything, but she made it very clear she had everything under control, right? So I decided I was just going to be a regular student that day. Watch and see how perfectly capable she actually was. First period was going fine until the new kid raised his hand. His English was still pretty rough. He was asking something in Spanish, getting frustrated because he couldn't find the words, and the sub just kept saying, English please, this is America. I know Spanish and I could see he was asking to go to the bathroom, but I just sat there. Not my problem anymore, right? He eventually gave up and just sat there looking miserable. Then Clarity tried to lean over to help him, and the sub yelled, no talking. She looked at me. Do you have something to say? I looked away. That's when I started noticing things start to really fall apart. She didn't know that one kid gets his medication from the office at 11, so he missed it and spent the rest of the day feeling sick. We have a buddy system for the special needs kids during transitions, but nobody told her about it. So when we switched classes for science, Jamie got left behind and had a meltdown in the hallway. Every time something went wrong, I could feel her getting more flustered, but she just kept acting like she had everything under control. Then came lunch, and this is where everything went from annoying to actually dangerous. We always ate lunch in our classroom on Fridays, that much she knew. But she failed to notice my regular teacher had this huge laminated poster on the wall listing every kid's allergies. It was impossible to miss, but she decided to hand out peanut M&Ms as a treat for good behavior. I watched her walk right past Harold's desk, and my heart literally stopped. He's deathly allergic to peanuts. Like, EpiPen in the classroom can't even be near them. Level of allergic. He was in the bathroom, so he didn't see what she was giving out. I saw her pull out the M&Ms, and my hand shot up. Wait, Harold is allergic to— Did I ask for your input? She snapped, not even looking at me. Put your hand down. I tried one more time, but he can't eat one more word and you're going to the principal's office. I've had enough of your undermining. She walked right past his desk just as he came back from the bathroom. He grabbed a handful before I could warn him. I watched him pop 3 in his mouth, and I froze. Within 30 seconds, his face started swelling. He's grabbing his throat, and my friend is screaming, he's allergic! He's allergic to peanuts! The sub just stood there like a deer in headlights. I ran to my teacher's desk, grabbed his EpiPen from the emergency kit, and gave it to my friend. She stabbed it into his leg while someone else ran to get the nurse. The sub finally snapped out of it and called 911, but her hands were shaking so bad she could barely dial. The paramedics came. Harold was okay, thank God, but they had to take him to the hospital. Then the principal and police came. The sub is trying to explain to the officer that it wasn't her fault, that nobody warned her. The allergy chart is on the wall, the principal said, pointing at the massive poster 5 feet from where we were standing. It's also in the sub plans. But none of the students said anything, she said, and she looked right at me. She knew. She's the helper. She should have told me. The officer looked at her like she'd just said the dumbest thing he'd ever heard. They're kids, he said slowly. You're the teacher. It's your job to read the plans. You're not even supposed to give out food. Her face went white. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to come with me. As they walked her out, she was still trying to blame someone, anyone but herself.